Welcome to today's game featuring the Taft Tigers hosting the Dayton Pirates. If this feels like the West Valley League all over again, well, it kind of does. Reminiscent of the last 4 years, of course, yesterday's 10-inning thriller did not go the way the Tigers wanted it to, as the Santiam Christian Eagles were victorious 11-7 in 10 innings. Somehow we've ended up with better weather here today, at least to start. Mother Nature may have other plans for Coach Hilger's Tigers and Coach Dave Dismay's Pirates, but we're going to find out how these two teams match up. Last season, the Tigers won both games when they were West Valley League opponents. As today, it's going to pit Bleiz Kimbrough, the lefty, on the mound. He did pitch 1 2/3 innings yesterday, and he was just under his pitch count of 23 pitches. If he was at 26, it accumulates for how many pitches he could pitch today. Of course, Tigers don't want to see Bleiz rack up a lot of pitches. They want to see the young man be efficient on the mound. So let's take a quick look at who he's going to be going up against. The Dayton Pirates batting lineup. There you see it'll be the third baseman leading things off, Garrett Duran, followed by the pitcher, the sophomore Gavin Arsa, followed by the shortstop Liam Munoz, and the second baseman Jaron Miguez, followed by the catcher Caden Fergus. Both catchers today named Caden, go figure. The left fielder Dylan Lane batting in the 6th spot. Then it'll be Coben Oliveira in center field. Right fielder is Dawson Ashley. And then the big man at first base, batting 9th, is Zeke Hodges. Defensively for the Taft Tigers, it's Bleiz Kimbrough on the mound, throwing to the freshman Caden Hyman. Fico Ramos at first base with Eli DeMello at second, Jordan Hall at third, and Cody Knott shortstop. Left fielder Darius Smith. Then it'll be Ty Fisher in center field and Trenton Fisher out in right field. So Duran steps in. The righty versus the lefty. Kimbrough, first pitch a bit high and outside for ball 1 to Duran. So on the year, Bleiz comes in with team high 16 strikeouts. That one misses for ball 2, as he's pitched 12 2/3 innings on the season. So 16 strikeouts, good number, as he gets Duran swinging for strike 1. So there's a common opponent for the Tigers and Pirates, be the Yamhill Carlton Tigers. As this one's popped up, Caden drops the mask off. Oh, unable to catch that one as it pops out of the catcher's glove right there. Always difficult, that padded glove not meant for fielding pop-ups. So after the foul ball, 2-2 count. The Tigers, they beat YC 11-1 here at the pit. For the Pirates, they lost 8-9. This one nodded off the end of the bat, out of play. We'll try it again, as Bleiz looks for strikeout number 17 here early in the season. Final non-league game, unless they have a makeup game. Of course, the one cancellation was Horizon Christian, and he gets him looking. Number 17 on the season is a backwards K for number 16, Bleiz Kimbrough. Joked earlier this season that Tigers coaches, if they want to troll opponents, just enter Bleiz's name in with the backwards K on the roster. That pitch high for ball 1 to Gavin Arsa. The sophomore will be on the mound in the bottom half of the inning. On deck, shortstop Liam Munoz. The 1-0, outside part of the plate, gets him looking, strike 1. So for the Tigers, following the tough loss last night, always good to get back out and play another game the next day. As this one's hit straight on to center field. Ty took 2 baby steps and then 1 big step to catch that one. So fly out for Ty. 2 down here for the shortstop Liam Munoz. On deck now, the second baseman, Jaron Miguez. As few Dayton Pirates fans have made the trip Of course, the softball game's taking place up at the high school right now as curveball misses outside from Bleiz. Bit stronger wind than we had yesterday, as this time wind's coming center field to home plate. This one fouled out of play over the Pirate dugout. 1-1 count. So coming up next week, the Tigers will host the Rainier Columbians here at the pit on Tuesday at 4:30. That game will be broadcast live on the radio as this one swung on, popped up in the infield, out of play. Fico's got a chance for it and gets it off the heel of his glove. It stays in the mitt for Fico Ramos. It gets the pop-up to end the inning. 1-2-3 for the Tigers as they retire them in order. It'll be the Tigers coming up when we continue here in the bottom of the first inning. So as we take a look at the Taft Tigers batting lineup, it's going to be the right fielder leading things off, Trenton Fisher, followed by the second baseman today, Eli DeMello. Then the shortstop, Cody Knott, center fielder, Ty Fisher, Bleiz Kimbrough, the catcher, Caden Heineman, followed by the left fielder, Darius Smith, first baseman, Fico Ramos, and then the third baseman, Jordan Hall. He'll have the sophomore, Ethan Thomas, as the designated hitter. So quick look at the updated numbers for Trenton Fisher. A .333 hitter on the season. Wait, yeah, .333. If we just add another digit, it all works out. 10 hits on the season for the leadoff man, along with 7 walks to lead the team. As he starts off with a ball from Arsa. So Little Fish trying to get on base and start the Tiger assault here early on against the Pirates. They're able to score a run in the top of the bottom of the first against the Eagles yesterday. As take strike one. 1-1 from the right-hander, hit towards the second baseman. As Jaron Miguez gets there, throws, not in time. Trenton Fisher beats it out. It was a softly hit grounder, and tough play for Miguez. He's got to come up quick on it. And the Tigers, they've got a few quick ones themselves. Yesterday, Cody Knott got under one as he dove to first base. Caden Heineman also had a close play at first as well. So Eli steps to the plate with a runner on first as Arsa steps off, doesn't throw back. Trenton dives. As if you dive back to the bag and that one gets to the fence, may not have enough time to get up, go to second. Trenton takes off, pitch outside. Here's the throw. It's offline as Munoz tries to make the tag. It's a 1-0 count for DeMello with the stolen base for Trenton Fisher now at second base. So Eli leads the team batting right at 400. Prime opportunity for him to drive a runner in. That one's off the glove of Caden, and Trent's going to have a stand-up stolen base at third following the passed ball from Caden Fergus. It's 2-0 count for DeMello as he's going to step off as Fergus goes out to talk with Arsa with a runner on third, nobody out. Not the time to guess that Coach Hilgers wants to see Eli play small ball here. He wants to see his guys hit away. quick look at Eli's numbers. He steps back in. You can see leads or is tied in many categories. He leads in batting average and hits, tied to stolen bases. Curveball misses for ball 3. I'm forgetting what the other one is. We'll pull it back up. And stolen bases and runs. So on deck, Cody Knott. As Eli looks at his first strike. So a hitter's count right here, 3-1. As he puts this one right to Munoz, he's able to make a glove on it and get the throw. But for Eli DeMello, it's going to be an RBI sac grounder that scores Trenton Fisher and gets the Tigers up on the board. So 1 down for the Tigers as they now lead the Dayton Pirates 1-0 in the bottom of the first. That pitch is outside. So 1-0 count for Cody as Tai goes and scoops up the loose ball. So with the wind coming in from center field towards home plate, the 1-0 gets the outside upper part of the strike zone. So 1-1 for Cody. Capable of going either field. And this one chopped down the third base line and foul. So Garrett Duran scoops it up in foul territory, throws it back to Arsa for a 1-2 count as Tigers now once again work towards putting a runner on base and then bringing him across. 1-2 misses high, breaking pitch. Good action from Arsa on that one, just missed high. Don't want to leave that pitch up in the zone, though. Goes hard the other way, and Cody gets it right past the second baseman, Miguez, for a single, second single of the inning for the Tigers. As both hits have gone towards the right side of the infield. Could have been more opposite. Trenton had a softly hit one. Cody, that one went right off the mound. So Tai steps in with the runner on first. Bleiz Kimbrough on deck. And Tai, first pitch swing and foul. So Tai upped his average yesterday, had a 2-hit game, also had a walk. Very effective day for the big unit. So Cody a big lead. Here's the throw down to first, and it gets away from the first baseman, Hodges. So Cody down to second base on, I guess that'll go down as an error on the catcher. So now Tai with runner in scoring position. 1-1 count. Swings, chops this one into the Tiger dugout. 1-2 count now for the senior. The Tigers now effectively with 3 seniors on the roster. They had 3 on the roster last year. They thought they were going to have 4, but Cam Kessler, unfortunate for him, as Tai dips down on that curveball, 2-2. Hopefully Cam gets the best news from his MRI. So that's a big loss for the Tigers. It means young players have to step up. As that pitch misses away and low. 3-2 count. First full count here in the bottom of the first. So not at second. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. Tai takes off to first. So in steps the senior pitcher, Bleiz Kimbrough. Bleiz, known for his pitching with the injuries, he's going to have to also become known for his hitting. So Arsa from the stretch with 2 on, as Tigers, at least Cody Knott looked like he was taken off for third. Might have been a hit and run call, but Ty didn't look like he was necessarily as eager to take off on the play. A 1 count for Bleiz. 1 down for the Tigers here in the bottom of the first. As Arsa steps off, throws, that throw is high. Munoz pops out of the glove, but Cody's not going anywhere as he stays at second. As we said, the wind's been pretty constant coming in from center field to home plate. That pitch outside. Fergus does a good job going to the knee to keep that one in front. It's a 2-1 count, or 1-1. As Cody trying to play games with Arsa. Gets a secondary lead taken off. Here's the throw to third. Strike called at the plate. Both runners move up. 1-2 count for Kimbrough following 2 stolen bases on the play by Cody to third and Ty to second. So Bleiz, one of the areas he's done well on the season so far, despite his batting average, has been runs batted in. That pitch high stays off, and he's got 2-2 count. So Bleiz trying to help his cause out. Squares up and hits that one out of play along the first base side. Tries it again. And Coach King along the first base side, definitely expecting it to get cold out. Almost got a parka on. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, gets him. 2 down in the inning now for the Pirates with 2 on for the Tigers. Darius Smith, who steps to the plate. On deck is the catcher, Caden Heineman. So a pitch from Arsa. Inside for a ball. Cody trots back to third. He's got the speed. We've seen it already here in the first. Anything that gets past Fergus, Cody's taken off to home. That one gets the outside corner, strike 1. So Darius had his second hit of the season in yesterday's game. That one misses outside, ball 2. Last year as a freshman, Darius was more of a pinch runner and situational outfielder. This year, expected to play a much bigger role. He's in left field. Yesterday he was at third. He's got a 3-1 count. Does have 5 walks on the season. And fouls this one up out of play. So full count. So back-to-back full counts. Arsa throwing a lot of pitches here in the first inning. So Darius got a chance, or Caden may come to the plate with the bases full following this 3-2 pitch. And he goes towards first base. Can it find the gap? It does. There's the throw to first, not in time by Miguez, not scores from third. It's an RBI single by Darius Smith that gets the Tigers now a 2-0 lead. And Ty Fisher over to first base on the play. And with the speed of 0 at first, expect to see him perhaps take off in this situation. Spoke a moment ago about Darius, how as a freshman he was more of a situational player. Caden, he's going to become a pillar. As that pitch outside, there's the throw back to the pitcher. Try and get Ty at third. He is safe on the throw. Darius, they let him take second easily. It is the 4th stolen base here of the inning by the Tigers. 0-1 count for Caden at the plate with 2 in scoring position and 2 outs. Curveball misses 1-1. As Caden, he's expected to be a situational catcher, but it'll be him and Eli holding those duties down from here on out. That one gets away from Fergus. Ty's going to come in standing up on what I'll mark down as a wild pitch. So 3 runs here in the first for the Tigers, and now Darius is 90 feet away from being the 4th run to advance. Caden wants to bring him in with the bat. 2-1 count. He goes towards first, and this is a solid single for Caden that scores Darius, and Fico now comes to the plate for the Tigers as they look to try and bat through the order here in the bottom of the first. Back-to-back RBI singles, first from the sophomore Darius, and that time from the freshman Heineman, as Taft up 4-0. Now, they had a big inning yesterday, and then they got kind of quiet after that. For Coach Childers, he wants to see his team maintain a high pace throughout the game. As Coach, I don't believe that's Coach Dismay. I believe that's one of his assistants right now, actually, who's out on the mound. As you've got assistant coaches Marcus Munoz, Joseph Munoz, Vince Miguez, Dylan Caldwell, and Pedro Beltran. So Arce remains on the mound following the visit, as I believe we'll have a courtesy runner for the catcher, Caden Heineman. So Trenton Hall, as pitchers and catchers are allowed that. So Fico steps in now. Had a hit in yesterday's ball game, his first of the season. Be a nice time for another one here as Ethan takes off. And they got him. They tagged him in the chest up top. So the Tigers get caught stealing on the base paths. But they get 4 runs in the first to take the lead. They also had 4 hits and a walk. Tigers lead the Pirates after 1, 4-0. So here in the top of the second inning, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters for the Pirates. Jaron Miguez, Caden Fergus, and Dylan Lane. So Bleiz continues on the mound here. Quick 1-2-3 lineup for him in the first. As Miguez starts off, first pitch swinging. And it went up a whole lot higher in the air than it went as pops up to Cody Knott. First pitch. So first 4 retired for Bleiz. Brings up the catcher, Caden Fergus. So the high leg kick, and that pitch high for ball 1. The Tigers 3-6 on the season. Pirates 3-4-1. That pitch gets the outside corner, strike 1 looking. One of my questions yesterday, once we kept playing and playing and playing, was how many innings are we going to go? No lights here at the pit. This one swung on high. Will it stay in play? Fico's chasing after it, and the gutter gets it. Fico, now, I know he can jump higher than that. I've seen him play basketball. If he thought that gutter was the rim, he probably could have got up there, but you'd need some great timing to have done that one. Yeah, I can see it. I got a great angle of it. So the 1-2 misses outside. So Fico, he had one foul ball out back in the first. Caden had a chance at one. Curveball just missed. As Caden tries to frame that one for the plate umpire. Full count. With the sunshine. That one hit hard to third to Jordan Hall. The one hopper throws to Fico. Has to come off the bag, but gets the foot back. He's got those Elvis Presley good looks. He's got the blue suede shoes tapping first base. 2 down for the Tigers following the 5-3 ground out. So that brings up the left fielder, Dylan Lane, batting in the 6th spot. On deck is the center fielder, Coben Oliveira. First pitch strike looking from Bleiz. As we've got sunshine right now at the pit, but you're never sure how long that may last. This one hit hard to center field. Tai takes a few steps towards his right, makes the catch, his second out of the day. Gets the Tigers out of the inning quickly. No hits, no runs, no errors. The Tigers lead 4-0 going in the bottom of the second. It'll be the number 9 hitter, Ethan Thomas. Then it'll be the top of the lineup for the Tigers with Trenton Fisher and Eli DeMello. So Gavin Arsa on the mound here in the bottom of the second inning as Ethan Thomas will get his first at-bat here of the game. Next week, the Tigers begin league play against the Rainier Columbians on Tuesday. And then Friday will be a doubleheader against the Warrenton Warriors. First pitch around 3 p.m. and then second first pitch, well, whenever the first game gets over. Pitch inside, breaking pitch misses, ball 1. And actually, it's not Ethan Thomas, it's Fico, because Fico was at the plate when Trenton Hall got caught stealing. So that one's in the dirt ball, too. So it'll be 8-9-1 for the Tigers. Fico swings hard, hit to the third baseman, Duran. There's the throw to first. It brings him offline, but Hodges is able to make the tag as Coach King gives him a bit of coaching wisdom there about telling him to dive. So 5-3 ground out for Arsa brings up Ethan Thomas now. And then it'll be Trenton Fisher, the leadoff man, on deck. That pitch is high. That strong wind at the pitcher's back right now as it's coming in from center field, which means you don't want to hit anything up into the air. You want a nice level swing. There's a 1-1 now as Thomas looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. Pitch from the sophomore. Breaking pitch misses outside. as Fergus has had to do some work behind the plate, moving around. This pitch comes back inside, gets the inside part of the plate, strike two. Fergus unable to control it, though. That happens with 2 strikes. Then Thomas has to take off to third, or first. 2-2 here. Swung on, hit foul. Will it stay in play? No. Dawson Ashley went running after it, but unable to get there and climb the fence. A 2-2 again from Arsa. This one swung again, fouled out of play. This time Ashley doesn't make an effort to chase after that one. So we've got more wind than yesterday. We also have more sunshine. As we've got second strikeout, this time looking for Ethan Thomas. So Trenton Fisher comes to the plate for the second time today here in the bottom of the second. He got on with a single as it was hit softly towards Miguez at second. First pitch strike, swinging. Trenton then would steal second. He'd advance to third on a passed ball before Eli DeMello would bring him in following a 6-3 ground out. Second pitch high, ball one. Tigers want to start a 2-out rally here at the top of the order. This one hit. Knuckler gets past Arsa. Scooped up by Munoz. Is the throw in time? It gets away from Hodges. So that'll go down as an E6 on the play. It'll be the third error of the game so far for the Pirates. And it puts the leadoff man, or the top of the order man on first, I should say. So Eli steps in, trying to keep the inning going here for the Tigers. They're up 4-0 in the bottom of the second. Curveball hit to Munoz at third and scoops up the two-hopper and tags the bag at second. So 6 unassisted leads to the final out of the inning. The Tigers get no hits. They leave 1 on base, and they lead the Pirates 4-0. So, Coben Oliveira checks in at the plate for his first appearance. Swings first pitch out of play from the left-hander against the lefty Bleiz Kimbrough, who's faced the first 6 batters and put them all down here in the top of the third. That pitch low, ball one. So the 1-1 from Kimbrough. Swung, hit into left field. Will it stay fair? No. That one just hits the outside the foul line. As Tigers' Darius Smith He's playing straight on. The lefty going opposite there, trying to get extra bases. So the 1-2. And that comes in. Curveball. It plunks him in the back. So Bleiz, he faced 6 batters in yesterday's game against Santiam Christian, and that was the only thing he did wrong, was that he struck 1 batter in that one. He strikes Oliveira, and the Pirates have their first base runner of the game for Dawson Ashley, the right fielder. So another lefty, and this time first pitch swinging, strike 1. On deck is the first baseman, Zeke Hodges. Bleiz with a runner on, thrown from the stretch. He's going to go back to first. Tag applied, not in time. Again, brisk wind coming in from center field. We've got sunshine, but the clouds might start coming here in the top of the 3rd. Pitch inside, curveball, nice one, but it just missed inside against Ashley. So up top today, the Lady Tigers are taking on the Lady Pirates in a rematch of last year's quarterfinals of the state softball tournament. Pirates were the state champions last year. Second strike for Bleiz Kimbrough. For the Lady Tigers, they go out of the frying pan into the fryer, as the only team that's been better than Dayton at softball has been the Rainier Columbians. Pitch inside for a strikeout looking. They try and throw out Oliveira. No, but it is the second strikeout of the game for Bleiz Kimbrough. First out of the inning, as Oliveira gets a stolen base on the play. For Bleiz, that's now the 18th strikeout of the season. And brings up the first baseman, Zeke Hodges, the number 9 batter. First pitch high for a ball. On deck, the leadoff man, Garrett Duran. So 1 down, top of the 3rd. Tigers leading Pirates 4-0. Fouled off into the fence. 1-1 count. As Coach Dismay for the Pirates along the 3rd base line calls out the play with a runner at second. This one fouled up out of play into the parking lot. 1-2 count. Yesterday, dangerous day to park your car back there. Sound like we had one crunchy window, and then I think we had another dented fender or panel. That's why you park up by the elementary school in the football field. Curveball misses outside, ball 2. And with the 1-2 count, not a bad junk pitch to throw, frankly. But you want to come back here. You've already got 2 strikeouts in the game. Can you get number 3? This one fouled up as Hodges just gets a piece of it as he drops the hands down. Well, 2 strikes, got to do anything to protect the plate. There might be just a little bit of moisture in the atmosphere right now. Talk about the wind. The 2-2 hit up the middle by Hodges. And Oliveira is going to round second. Here's the throw in, and it's not in time. An RBI single for Zeke Hodges scores Coben Oliveira, and the Pirates have their first run of the game. Yesterday it was the 9 batter, Josh Verdine, for the Eagles that made a big difference, as he just kept getting on base, whether it was via walk or a hit. This one popped up into the outfield, although Cody takes a step back onto the infield turf. makes the catch. 2 down now. As the Pirates, they get 1 run. Hodges represents number 2, but he's sitting at first base, unable to advance on the pop-up. So Gavin Arsa, the pitcher, he lined out to Ty in center field in his first plate appearance. Takes a first pitch strike. On deck is the shortstop, Liam Munoz. The 0-1. Looked like that one was low. Like it was good on the outside part of the plate, but it was low for Bleiz. Ball 1. This one comes back inside, and it's popped up into the outfield as Trenton Fisher, he says, it's not no man's land, that's my land. I got that fly ball, guys. Don't worry about it. As the Pirates, they get 1 hit in the inning from Zeke Hodges that scored Coben Oliveira, but Hodges gets stranded at first base after 3 innings, or after 2.5 innings of play, I should say. Going into the bottom of the 3rd, the Tigers are on top, but this time it's 4-1. All right, so for the Tigers, it'll be Cody Knott. As you see, coming in today, hitting .393 on the season. As he leads the team in ribbies, second on the team in hits. Looking for a base hit right now. First pitch swinging from Arsa, strike 1 for Cody. He had a single back in the first. He then got down to second on what I called a throwing error by the catcher. Then he stole third and was driven in by Darius. So he pops that one out of play. 0-2 count now for Cody. So said had a .393 average coming in with 1 hit. It's got to be over that. As good eye there with an 0-2 count. Watches that one miss the outside corner. Ball 1. A 1-2 is high. 2-2 now for Cody. As Tigers, yesterday they had a big outburst early. It was a 10-inning game. And they scored 7 runs in the first 5. That one's outside, ball 3. So after getting ahead 0-2, 3 straight balls from Arsa, he's on the verge of giving Cody a free base. Nice hole in right center field, though, for Knott. This one swung on, foul. Will it stay in play? Just gets over the cage into the pitching area. So Cody fouls that one off, keep it alive. 7th pitch of the at-bat for Cody, who's leading things off. And the bottom of the 3rd. This one's hit. This one's high into right center field as Dawson Ashley comes forward, makes the grab. So first out of the inning brings up Ty Fisher, and now we definitely have some raindrops coming down. This is what we kind of expected, although it was much worse earlier today. as it's now starting to come down. And that pitch outside to Tai. Might have to adjust our setup here. Protect the electronics. As Tai takes this one to left field, it's got a chance to get over the head, and it does, of Dylan Lane. Tai's going to have a stand-up double. So we'll just say I was adjusting the camera there to take a little bit more of that on, as the wind is coming from center field straight at us. As Tai now with the 5th hit of the game for the Tigers. As it's coming in now for Bleiz Kimbrough at the plate. And Bleiz pops this one back into left field. It gets down in front of Lane. Tai goes to third on the single by Bleiz. So we are doing our best to keep everything dry right now, since electronics and water don't really mix. Let's hope it doesn't fog up on me now. So, back-to-back hits by the Tigers. And we see another courtesy runner come out, this time for Bleiz. The Tigers have runners on the corners for Darius with one down. And that pitch low for ball one, as Lucas is the one that's over on at first base. Burn Unit hoping to show off some speed. See if the Tigers put him in motion. A strike, throw down to third. As he stays in front of it, Tai doesn't go anywhere. So a 1-1 count for Darius Smith with runners on the corners. And strike two. That pitch outside. It's still a 4-1 game. Tigers have runners on second and third now. Tai at third, Lucas at second. Darius with a 2-2 count at the plate against the sophomore Gavin Arsa. As Darius looks at that one, miss outside, full count. And that pitch high for a ball. So base on balls for Darius. Brings up the catcher, Caden Heineman. Caden had an RBI single as the first at-bat. As we mentioned, it's very important for the Tigers' younger players to start contributing now. So ball one to Caden. And that one's hit foul along the third base side. That pitch low inside for ball two. So 2-1 count for Caden with Fico on deck. Bases loaded with one out. So there's no place to put Caden. Freshman trying to make a name for himself right now. Everyone up on the grass, and he's all over that one, chopping wood. As with the wet weather right now, you might want to make sure he's duct taped that bat to his hands with that kind of swing. So here's the 2-2 trying it again. This one hit back up the middle. Arsa goes right back to the plate. It's try for the double play, and they get it. A 1-2-3 double play with the bases loaded to end the threat. It works out perfectly for the Pirates. It couldn't have gone any worse for the Tigers as they get 2 hits in the inning, but they strand 3 runners, unable to bring anybody across, going into the top of the 4th, leading 4-1. So the shortstop, Liam Munoz, to lead things off here in the top of the 4th inning. It started dry. It's now become a wet one, as we kind of thought it was going to be last night. First pitch ball to Munoz. He popped up in foul territory to Fico in his first at-bat today. Bleiz gets his first strike there looking. So a 1-1 count, with gusts of wind periodically now. 1-1 outside, ball 2. So 4-1 lead. Important to see how each team now responds to the weather. The pitcher's control. This one popped up. Does Fico have room? He gets to the fence, and it's out of play. Third one that Fico thought he had a chance at. He caught the first. The second is still hanging in the gutter above the first base dugout for the visiting Pirates, and that one scooped up. 2-2 count now for Bleiz, looking for his 3rd strikeout. This one popped up again, and this one out of play for another 2-2 count. So defensively, Tigers have Caden Heineman behind the plate with Fico at first, Eli at second, Jordan at third, and Cody at shortstop. This one swung, popped up, and 3rd foul ball for Munoz. And then the outfielders, Darius in left, Ty in center, and Trent in right. So Bleiz, curveball misses high. Now full count. So one thing that Coach Hildress has wanted his team to focus on is making sure they stay up all 7 innings of a game, as that pitch misses low for a ball. Second free pass issued today by Bleiz. First was a hit batter. Brings up Miguez, who popped up to Cody along the infield-outfield line, right where the turf meets the grass. So Munoz with a little lead at first. First pitch strike from Bleiz. So Bleiz with a runner on, thrown from the stretch. That one misses low. Ball one. Fico at first. He's trying to keep him on. This one's hit into left field. Will it stay up? No, Darius, unable to get to it in time, falls in for a single. So 2 on, nobody down here. Second hit of the game for the Pirates. Brings up Caden Fergus, the catcher. He grounded out to Jordan back in the second inning. Throw to the plate, hit to Jordan, steps on the bag, and didn't make the throw to first, but he gets the out. So not sure if perhaps because the runner at first there, Fico, wasn't at the bag at first, but Jordan Hall at least gets the lead runner on the fielder's choice 5 unassisted, brings up Dylan Lane, the left fielder, who flew out to Tai back to end the second. So 1 out as Coach Dave Dismay asks for a courtesy runner for his catcher, Caden Fergus. So Dylan Lane at the plate with Coben Oliveira on deck. 1 out for the Tigers with 2 on. And first pitch strike for Bleiz gets him looking. So Bleiz with 18 strikeouts on the season. Tigers were able to get the lead runner last time at third. Trying to make sure no one comes across here as he gets him into an 0-2 count now. So does he go right after him in this situation, or does he throw him junk? Want to be careful if you throw junk with runners on the bases for your catcher. That one's outside, ball 1. Tigers up 4-1, top of the 4th. The 1-2 misses outside, 2-2 count. So you don't want to let this one get away. And he gets him swinging for the second strike out of the inning, third strikeout of the day. Brings up Coben Oliveira, the center fielder. Big out needed for the Tigers. Now the infield can make the easy play. So Oliveira, the 1-2 count, got hit in the back. And first pitch foul tip, strike 1. On deck, Dawson Ashley, the right fielder. He struck out looking in his only plate appearance today. And that one's fouled into the cage, 0-2. Can Bleiz make it back-to-back strikeouts? As the rain starts coming on for the Tigers, 5 innings is the magic number that they want to be able to get through. So you got lefty versus lefty. And that fouls that one off as Oliveira tries to stay alive. So it's Miguez at second and Fergus, or the courtesy runner for Fergus at first. Curveball inside, just misses. Dad next door was begging for strike 3. 2-2 count. As the rain is starting to come down noticeably. A 1-2 as Bleiz steps off. Here's the 1-2 inside as Oliveira probably could have stepped into that and taken off to first on another free pass. So 2-2 now for Bleiz. That remains 2-2. Swung, foul out of play along the left field side. So we started with sunshine today. We've got some sprinkles here in the top of the 4th. As Bleiz misses the outside corner, he's got another full count. With 2 outs, Tigers want to head back to the dugout and pick up the bats. Can Bleiz get them there? And we're trying it again as that one's fouled back into the cage. That's Dawson Ashley picking that one up as he's on deck, the 8-hitter. For Taft coming up in the bottom of the 4th, it's going to be the 8-9 hitters, Fico, Ethan, and Trenton. As Bleiz steps off, gets the pickoff move with Cody Knott as they throw out Miguez, who gets caught looking on the base pass. You're supposed to either be on the bag or on the way to the next one, and Tigers get out of that inning with 1 runner left on base after giving up the 1 hit. They lead the Pirates 4-1 going into the bottom of the 4th. So Fico Ramos leads things off as rain keeps coming down, and with the wind coming in at different angles, and you get to adjust accordingly here. As got a 4-1 game in the bottom of the 4th. With weather like this, getting through the next 6 outs as quickly as possible with the lead for the Tigers is what they want to see. 1-1 count, though. Of course, you want to keep scoring runs. That's what Coach Hilders wants. So 2-1 count for the sophomore Ramos. That one misses high as Gavin Arsa, the sophomore, continues on the mound. So neither coach going to the bullpen yet. So full count. 3-2. Fico grounded out to the third baseman, Garrett Duran, in his first plate appearance. As this one looks like a single, it is. It's got double on it. If it gets past the left fielder, Fico turns for two. He's got it standing up. So fabulous Fico Ramos, a leadoff double for the Tigers. They needed that one. That brings up today's designated hitter, Ethan Thomas, who now has a runner in scoring position. Ethan with 1 RBI on the season, looking for his second, as Coach Dismay is going to make a pitching change as Gavin Arsa checks out. He's going to go to third, as we'll try and figure this out. Zeke Hodges will come in on the mound. Okay, so Gavin Arsa, the pitcher, is done for the day. He is still on the hook for Fico at first, but it'll be 3 innings pitched for Gavin Arsa. He gave up 7 hits today. Had 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Did have 1 wild pitch. And right now he's given up 4 runs, could be 5, as we said, with Fico at second base. So now the wind is heading a little bit from center field, more along the third base line. It's a little bit different angle than the wind's been coming in from earlier. So Hodges, the right-hander, thrown from the stretch with Fico. And it's coming down. Bunt is showed by Thomas, gets it down. It's staying fair. Hodges won't even make the throw to first. Ethan Thomas, you thought it was going to end up as a sac bunt. It's going to go down as an infield single. Runners on the corners for the Tigers. We'll see if Thomas takes off on this with Trenton Fisher at the plate, the leadoff man. 1-2-3 for the Tigers now with nobody on, as Coach Hilgers calls it out in the rain. Coach King, wearing the Tigers parka down there along the first base line, looks like he knew what was going to happen. Here's the throw to second. They'll just go to the shortstop with a runner at third. So stolen base for Thomas. He's now at second. It's a 1-0 count at the plate for Little Fish, looking to swing a big bat. Tigers don't mind going through a new box of baseballs. His biggest problem with the weather is the ball's getting wet. You don't want pitchers and players throwing a heavy baseball. So the 2-0, outside misses. In Oregon, you learn to play baseball like this, and you know what? There's some good baseball players at the pro level that grew up playing like this. 4-pitch walk for Trenton Fisher, leads the team in walks. So bases full now for Eli DeMello with Cody Knott on deck. Eli's, well, you could say he's 0 for 1 today with the sac ground out to score Trenton back in the first, but Eli looking for a big hit right here with the bags full. That one's outside. Fico thought about it along the third base line, but a good block for the catcher, Fergus. Keeps him at third. 1-0 count for Eli. And here's a hard hit ball through the gap at third, as they were in tight. It's going to score 1. So Cody now comes to the plate with the bases full after Eli gets an RBI single, 8th hit of the game. And that means Gavin Arcer responsible for all 5 runs today. As Fico scores there, everyone moves up a bag. Cody takes a look at the first pitch. Curveball misses. Ball 1. And again, everyone on the infield for the Pirates is up, toes on the grass, metaphorically speaking, since it's turf. And hard hit to the third baseman, Arce. He goes to home plate, but the throw is high and it comes out of the glove to score Thomas. So fielder's choice for Knott gets the run through. Tigers are now up 6-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Still nobody out. So Trenton at third, Eli at second, Cody at first for the big unit, Ty Fisher. And that one's hit to the shortstop. Munoz goes to the plate, makes the tag, and the fielder's choice gets the lead runner. So the Tigers have their first out, but the bases remain full. So the 6-2 ground out. So Eli's going to take off for home and gets called out. He thought the Pirates were sleeping. And instead, Tigers now have 2 quick outs. Runners still on the corner, so Tai a threat to take off for second. So Cody at third, Tai at first, and ball 2 to Bleiz. So 6-1 lead for the Tigers in the bottom of the 4th. On deck, Darius Smith. He had a single back in the first, an RBI single that scored it scored Cody. That one fouled out of play, 2-1 now for Bleiz. And it was Caden who came up after Darius with the RBI single that did score Ty. The Tigers scored 4 there in the first. The 2-1 from Hodges gets all the way past Fergus, and that allows Cody to score. And for Coach Hilgers, perhaps a point of emphasis for Eli that could have been your run scored. So Ty heads down to second. 2 outs for the Tigers. 3-1 count for Bleiz at the plate. Following the wild pitch. And he gets the outside part. So full count for Bleiz. As now the rain is let up and sunshine comes back out. 3-2 count as that one gets away. Ty's going to try and go for home, and he's got it. So third was not his. Bleiz still, I think, doesn't even know he's allowed first. He finally heads down. But Ty, being that he was at second, that time he caught the Pirates sleeping as he took off for third on the play. And when that pass ball got by Fergus, it allowed Ty in motion to say, I'm going for it. Eli can do it, then I can try it too. And that time it paid off. Tigers now up 8-1. So following the walk from Bleiz, Darius comes to the plate. Courtesy runner for the Tigers, Lucas Heineman, heads out for Bleiz at first. Tigers have scored 4 in the bottom of the first, 4 now in the bottom of the 4th. Hodges from the stretch. Darius strokes a single through the gap in the infield, and it gets past the left fielder. Heineman heads for third, Darius to second. Lucas turns the corner at third. He heads for the plate to score. So Darius, I think that goes in the book as a single. He stretched it to two only after that one got by the left fielder. More importantly for the Tigers, they pick up another run, their fifth run of the inning. So 9-1 lead for the Tigers. They scored two more. We go to the top of the fifth. It's a different situation. That one hit hard by Heineman. It gets past the third baseman, Arsa. Here comes Zero. He's got the wheels, and he's going to score. The second RBI single of the game for Caden Heineman. The freshman catcher is starting to understand that he can play varsity baseball. His coach has got him out there for a reason. And that brings up Fico Ramos for the second time this inning. Tigers now up 10-1. They've scored quite a few of these runs now with 2 outs. So a courtesy runner, that's Trenton Hall for the catcher Caden Heineman, with Fico at the plate. Ball one for Fico. He's 1 for 2 today with a double and a run scored in his first at-bat this inning. He pops this one up, golf swing. Will it get out of play? And it will. As that one looked like it was hunting for a truck over there in foul territory. 1-1 count for Fico. As Tigers mentioned at the start of the broadcast that one of the best things you can do after a tough loss is get right back and play again the next day, as Fico finds his second base hit, as Thomas going to get caught in a pickle now on the bases heading to third. Here's the rundown. He heads back to second as Arsa chases him down. As he tries to turn, he gets caught in the bases. He rounded second too hard, and he needed to be more aware for the Tigers. They end up leaving one on the bases there. Fico gets the single, but it's going to end up being the third out of the inning for the Tigers, who will score 6 in the inning. Then we go into the top of the fifth. Tigers leading the Pirates 10-1. So it'll be Coben Oliveira. He was at the plate last time, but just like for the Tigers, had a player get caught on the base pass. It was Yarn Miguez. As for the Tigers, it was Trenton Hall who got caught on the base pass to end a 6-run fourth inning. The Tigers are hoping to put up 7 there with the way that one ended up. So Bleiz continues on the mound. First 2 strikes called against Oliveira, down 0-2. So for Taft, want to get through this inning as quickly as possible and then put up a run and be out of here today, as He gets a big strikeout out in front against Oliveira. 4th strikeout of the day is the 20th on the season for the young man Kimbrough as he leads the team in that category. Eli DeMello had that lead. First pitch strike there to Ashley. Well, now that I think about it, I think I need to check this. No, he's tied with DeMello, who has 20 strikeouts now. So Eli and Bleiz are tied with strikeouts. Pitch inside, ball 1 to Ashley, who struck out looking back in the 3rd. So the 1-1 gets him with the cut there. 1-2 count now for Bleiz. He's looking to go the distance for the Tigers. As we said at the beginning yesterday, he pitched 23 pitches, wanted to stay under that 25 mark for today's game. That pitch misses outside, ball 2. There's your junk pitch to throw with the pitcher's count 1-2. But for Taft, they're going to have 3 games next week as they begin league play. Curveball gets him looking for the 2nd time today. And now Bleiz owns the lead atop the strikeout scoreboard all by himself with 21. That's his 5th strikeout today. And for Bleiz, it's also 3 straight strikeouts. That pitch gets away from everybody, but nobody on the bases to make it count. 1-0 count. For the pitcher, Zeke Hodges, was responsible for 5 of those runs. First one was Fico, and that's on the board to Arsa. And the 2-0 is taken to right field, and it drops in front of Little Fish, who steps up and unable to get a throw off in time. So it'll be a single for Zeke Hodges, who's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. And again, the number 9 batter for the Tiger opponents continues to do work. In fact, Hodges has 2 of the 3 hits today against Bleiz. So courtesy runner for the pitcher, Hodges, over at first. First pitch inside to Duran. Misses for a ball. Duran struck out looking in his first at-bat, and he popped up to Cody back in the 3rd inning. So Bleiz throwing to Caden Heineman behind the plate. Fico Ramos at first. There's a block by Caden, ball 2. With Eli at second, Jordan Hall at third, Cody at short, Darius in left, Ty in center, and Trenton in right. On deck is Gavin Arsa. Started the game as a pitcher, moved to third. That pitch high for ball 3 to Duran. One more out for the Tigers here in the top of the 5th inning. That pitch misses for a walk. Just the 2nd walk of the game for Bleiz. So runners on first and second now for Gavin Arsa. Bleiz from the stretch with 2 on. As he gets him looking there, strike 1 to Arsa. Fortunately, it looks like the weather will hold off here for the remainder of this game. This one's hit into right field. Will it go foul? It will, as that one hits the cage as Eli runs into it. We try again with an 0-2 count. So Bleiz is responsible for 4 of the last straight outs, with a strikeout, caught looking on the base pass, and then 2 strikeouts. Looking to get out of this one right now. He asks for a clean ball. So just Bleiz looks in. A senior throwing to the freshman who's had a big day today. This one popped up, foul out of play. Didn't hear a crunch with the connection on that vehicle. We said that's why you park up the hill down here at the pit. Beautiful setting on an overcast day. That pitch high, ball one for Bleiz. It's also been a much better day defensively for the Tigers. One of the things that hurt them in their loss yesterday was the St. Anne Christian Eagles. And that 6th-run third was all the errors. Eli comes forward, unable to get his glove on that one, and he's going to get a runner into a pickle over at third. Here's the throw to Hall. He goes straight back to Heineman, who throws to DeMello, uses the speed, and tags him in the back. Final out of the inning as Eli started the play all the way over at second, and he ran the courtesy runner down. That was Kyle Troutman, who came in for Zeke Hodges, as Coach Dave Dismay is talking to his dugout, I think, about what he wants to do there. No objection from the Dayton coach on the tag from DeMello. As the Pirates, they strand one on the base pass as Troutman gets caught stealing. One hit. But more importantly for the Tigers, no runs. They lead 10-1 going into the bottom of the 5th. So for the Pirates, they've got a pitching substitution as Caden Fergus comes in on the mound. Gavin Arso looks like will go behind the plate. Kyle Troutman, who came in as the courtesy runner for Zeke Hodges, looks like he's over at third. And then that is Coben Oliveira at first base, so not sure who's out in center field right now for the Pirates. For the Tigers, it's going to be Ethan Thomas, and then it'll be Trenton Fisher and Eli DeMello. So for the Tigers here in the 5th inning, they just need one run up 10-11 for the 10-run rule to come into effect. Ethan Thomas can represent that run. For the Tigers, you've got 9-1-2 here in the order. They have 12 hits on the day. Just need to string a few together here against Caden Fergus. And they will get their 4th win on the season as the Tigers get ready to host the Rainier Columbians for the start of league play on Tuesday. First pitch swinging, strike one for Thomas. Trenton Fisher hunts that one down as he's on deck. So 1 for 2 today for Thomas, who had a single, a stolen base, and scored. This one on the glove, and a throw from third to first. It gets away. Thomas reaches on the throwing error from Kyle Troutman. So Tigers have that winning run aboard for Trenton Fisher following the fourth error of the day by the Pirates. I don't have any errors in the book today for the Tigers at this point. 12 hits, 0 errors with 10 runs right now is good. They're looking for 11 as Trenton Fisher looks on at a strike. See if Coach Hilgers elects to put Thomas in motion. He did have a stolen base, as we said, last inning. As a little bit of rain coming down again with the sunshine on. Pitch misses inside, ball one. So Little Fish 1 for 2 today. He's got a single, a walk, and a run scored. Came in with a .333 average. That one low in the dirt. Good block by Gavin Arsa. As Arsa started the day on the mound, went to third, and now he's catching. The Tigers, if they score a run here, Bleiz Kimbrough will have a 5-inning, 3-hit, 1-run complete game. That one in the dirt on ball, well, I had it as ball 3 as Thomas heads off down to second. Trenton heads down to first, but he's telling him to come back. I wasn't wrong. So Ethan Thomas gets the stolen base, his second of the game. Trenton Fisher's got to come on back as Eli DeMello shares a laugh with him. So for Trenton, he has to get on base now. He better do it with a hit, too, rather than by a walk. As now he looks at it and heads down to first. So for the Tigers, for Trenton Fisher, it's important here that he doesn't get out. His run doesn't matter. It's the runner in front of him, Ethan Thomas, that does, as we have another time here as Caden Fergus, as one of his coaches, come out to speak with him. As Eli DeMello steps in, he's 1 for 2 today, had a single back in the fourth with 2 ground outs. The first, though, we call it a sacrifice that scored Trenton. First run of the game. Perhaps it can be the last run of the game, scoring Ethan Thomas. Otherwise, Cody Knott on deck is also a good candidate, because if you don't get any outs, there's no way we're getting to Ty Fisher. So one swing of the bat can end this game. For the Tigers, that's precisely what they're hoping for following yesterday's 10-inning. It was a great game. It just didn't end up the way the Tigers wanted it to. That pitch high to Eli for ball 1. And 3 of the 5 league opponents are going to be tough ones. Game in, game out for the Tigers. Rainier, Warrenton, and Klatskanai. That pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Tigers know what they're going to get in the Willamina Bulldogs. And then the Catlin Gable Eagles are the extra addition to the baseball standings. All those Portland private schools, but combined, they can only field 1 baseball and 1 softball team. 2-0 count for DeMello. That pitch in the dirt, so 3-0. See if Coach Hilgers gives his junior the green light to swing away if he sees what he likes. Here's the pitch, rings him up for the first strike. 3-1 for DeMello. We'll see if this is the one that ends it. That one chopped down the third base line, and Hilgers gets the left hand on it. He's trying to say it's slick out, I think. I put some pine tar on it, Coach. Full count now for Eli. Thomas at second. He touches home plate safely. This is over. Chopper, foul. We'll do it once more with a full count. As Eli's dad is one of about 7 fans right now up against the fence braving the wind. Of course, he's got the camera there. He wants to make sure there's a good picture of this. Full count pitch, swung on, fouled into the cage. We'll try it again. In fact, if we can find an update on the girls' softball game, we'll bring that along to you. No, none of the smart people next door know the score of the softball game. It's all right. I don't know the score of the softball game. Here's the full count pitch to Eli as he heads off to first base. So base is full for Cody Knott. So Ethan Thomas, again now 90 feet away this time. Cody trying to bring him in and close out the game today with a victory. First pitch high. So Ty on deck. The only way that he gets to the plate is if there's an out recorded. A pitch high, ball 2. Any play on the infield has to come to home plate. Anything that touches the outfield grass, it's probably game over. The 2-0 to Cody inside. Ball 3. For Caden Fergus, tough spot to be in for the young man as he's got to make this pitch count. And it can't count in the wrong way, as in Cody putting it in the outfield. The 3-0 is high. That's the game. So he heads on down to first. Ethan touches home plate. And the Taft Tigers come away with the victory today by a score of 11-1 against the Dayton Pirates. Tigers go to 4-6 on the season. They get the win, a much-needed win, 11-1, following yesterday's tough 10-inning loss, 11-7, against the Santiam Christian Eagles. The Tigers will be in action. We'll be live on the radio for that game coming up on Tuesday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. on AM 1400 KBCH. We will once again provide a tape delay video broadcast with the audio broadcast of the radio call for you for that game. So the Tigers get the victory today, 11-1, behind a 3-hit performance from Bleiz Kimbrough on the mound, who goes 5 innings, gives up 3 hits with 1 run allowed. And the Tigers get the victory for the 4th time today.